I'm 53 years old.
I'm 41 years old.
66 years old.
38 years young.
One Truth 818 Serum was super easy to use.
It's a one-stop shop. You just put it on and leave it, and it's fantastic. So easy.
I put it on in the morning, put it on at night, and it's just been amazing for my skincare routine.
Super easy.
My skin was so much better hydrated. Like, I naturally have quite dry skin, and I've noticed a huge difference in that, which has been great.
Really, the plumpness and the glowiness of the skin just felt a lot more hydrated. And even though I started off wearing the serum and a hydrating moisturiser, I stopped that very, very quickly because you just don't need anything extra.
The colour underneath my eyes has definitely, like the bags under my eyes have improved. It's a huge improvement for something I've only used for like 2 months. About that, my skin really sort of thanked me for that, and probably I had been neglecting it a bit.
My husband told me he thought my skin was looking better, and one of my sons told me that he thought my redness had gone down, which was one of the things I was hoping for, so that was really good.
The way it made my skin feel after a very, very short period of time. Oh, wow. Golly. Yeah, no, that's different. My partner said that my skin was looking great, and also work noticed, some of my work colleagues, yeah.
Well, it's taught me that I should have looked after my face all these years, and I haven't.
How old are you? And 53, and then, wow, you don't look 53. The results that came, as I said, after 2 weeks, it was noticeable.
About a month in, I had a meeting with some friends, and they all accused me of going to get fillers. Yes, there is definitely a difference. My eyes, they're not quite so saggy and baggy, top and bottom, which has always been a bit of a bugbear. I've already told my friends who thought I'd had fillers about it, so...
Welcome to UTV, I'm Gabby, and I'm really excited to be bringing you this incredible brand here today. Now today we're going to be giving you a really special offer because it is Rachael's 49th birthday in October, so we are going to be giving you an incredible deal on the brand Truth 818. Now this amazing range is exciting because it has a Nobel Prize winning technology built into it. And Dr. Bill Andrews, he discovered the telomerine gene. Now, it has, well, he's designed an ingredient and he's put it into this product, and it is called TAM 818. Now, there are articles around the world saying that it is 200 times, that's right, 200 times more powerful than any other discovered ingredient. It's been tested against 350,000 other compounds and ingredients. None of them even came close to this. Strap in, everyone, we're about to go on a journey together. It's like jumping into the future of skincare. Now, having it available right here today on UTV is the exciting part because the deal is going to be incredible. We are going to meet the creator of this brand shortly. And first up, I want you to see the deal because this is where the magic begins. You're going to be able to afford to get this. It is affordable luxury and is a product that absolutely works. Welcome, Rachael. Welcome and happy birthday for October.
Thank you, Gabby. Nice to be here.
It's lovely for you to be here and be able to tell us all about this incredible product. But what is the deal straight up? What are we going to be getting?
So the deal is, and it's a doozy because I thought, why should I just get the gifts for my birthday? So what we're doing today is you can get the trio for the price of the duo. So it means you get all 3 of these products for only $349. You're saving $126.
Incredible.
But as always, if you are brand new to One Truth 818, all you have to do is sign up to become a VIP member with us. So you do that on the website or through the call centre, and you'll get an extra 15% off, which actually means that you will get all 3 of these products for less than the price of the serum.
We love that.
So make sure that you do sign up to be part of the VIP club if you're brand new to us. You can get that amazing deal. Otherwise, everyone else can get the trio for the price of the duo.
We're going to show you some vision of Dr. Bill Andrews so we can learn more about this incredible technology.
Telomeres are the very tips of your chromosomes. Your chromosomes are where your genes are. They're encoded on a molecule called DNA. Well, DNA is like a long string of beads. And think of these long string of beads as a shoelace. The beads are called bases, and a typical chromosome is about, or a typical DNA molecule inside a chromosome is about 100 million bases in length. Well, think of that as a shoelace, as I said. The caps on your shoelaces are the same as the telomeres on your chromosomes. So on this long string of beads, the very tips of these things are called telomeres. And they protect your chromosomes the same way that the caps on your shoelaces protect your shoelaces.
Now, Rachael, I want to know, why is this product so powerful? But first, who is Dr. Bill? What type of doctor is he?
I know, good question, because we play videos of him all the time, right? But if you're new, you have no idea who he is. Dr. Bill Andrews, Bill, he is such a clever scientist. He's actually a molecular biologist.
Wow.
And before he decided to start studying aging, he actually was a cancer researcher.
Wow.
So right now he has got discoveries that he made in the field of cancer in stage clinical trials. So he actually has, cures for cancer about to be on the market. So
Wow.
incredibly talented man.
Impressive.
But he actually realised through those kinds of studies that he could reverse so many diseases known to humans by fixing telomeres, which we'll talk about in a second. So there's a new word for you, telomeres.
Yes, okay.
And thought, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So he was probably one of the first people to talk about curing the problem of aging. So he's not into skincare. Mm-hmm. That's the amazing thing we have here, is it's not someone who's a business person out to make a buck. He is looking for something that can change your cells.
Okay.
And along the way, discovered this telomerase activator.
How
All of this will
exciting.
make sense to you very, very soon.
And that happens a lot with science and research, is the discovery of a byproduct is through something else, which is really exciting, because you, having been in the skincare industry, how did the two of you get together? How did you start working together?
We actually were introduced by one of his investors who said, okay, Bill, got it. What you've got here is the strongest thing that's ever been discovered. We get that you're not going to take it in this direction. However, it had already been tested to be non-sensitizing, non-toxic, so potent. And we could actually see age reversal happening in a petri dish.
Wow.
So that's where we kind of got introduced.
Wow.
And I had been in the skincare industry for about 20 years at that point. And when I heard the science behind his discoveries, a light bulb went off. And I realised, although I'd been in the industry for 20 years, I didn't know what aging was. And isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Because we get taught what aging looks like.
Yes.
We can certainly talk about what aging feels like.
Yes.
But what does it look like on a biological level?
Okay.
So I'll tell you quickly what that is. And it's easier than you'd think, because it all comes down to one thing. And there's that word again, telomeres.
Right.
So in a nutshell, this is how we age. Every time your cells divide, the telomeres, which are like long tails on the end of your DNA, shorten. So you lose a piece. Now, the reason that happens is because if your cells divided and you lost a piece of your DNA, the human race wouldn't be here anymore.
Yes, right.
So the telomere is our protective cap. Like a long shoelace, you'll hear Bill talk about that, with a little aglet, a little shoelace on the end, and you lose a bit of that shoelace to protect the DNA. But you can only divide about 50 times before the telomere is so short the cell will not divide anymore. So the telomere has literally been called the clock of aging by scientists and doctors alike. Because, and this is crazy, there are tests you can do that will go, oh, Gabby, your telomeres are about this long, so you've got about this much longer left to live.
Oh, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that.
So
Yes,
that is your lifespan on your cell. So every time they divide, the telomeres shorten. That is the aging process, is telomere shortening.
So the aging process can now be tracked so significantly, and so science is incredible. Now, yourself and Dr. Bill, that's a perfect marriage, right? He's discovering it, you're working out how to apply it, but let's take a look at some vision of aging, of how it actually works, to try and get our head around how this product can be of use to you.
Cell division equals aging. Yet many products damage your skin by increasing cell turnover in order to bring younger and fresher cells to the surface faster. Without knowing it, you could be accidentally aging your skin faster. One Truth 818 goes to the root cause of aging, supporting telomere health and cell lifespan with the power of TAM 818. Clinically and dermatologically proven. Real results, real people. When it comes to anti-aging, there is only one truth. One Truth 818.
Now, the incredible deal we've got today here is the 49th birthday deal for October. Happy birthday for October.
Thanks, Gabby.
And thank you for the deal because it is incredible. So look, it should be $475. Today, you're getting this deal for $349. Now, what we are getting here is the cleanser.
Yes.
We're getting the full size of the serum.
Correct.
And then we're getting the Atomiser. Now, if you use that 15% off, make sure that you do because that will bring the deal down to just under $300, which is affordable luxury. And when I talk about luxury, the feel, the results, we're going to get into that. We're going to have a look at some before and afters, some more as we go through the show. But how do we use and apply these products?
Really, really simple. So, I mean, the cleanser, and we're going to show you in a little while how to use that because there's two different ways in which you can use the cleanser. I just use mine in the shower. I'm such a quick girl when it comes to my skincare. And then you've got the Atomiser. If you think of this as taking the place of your toner, although it's actually an oil-free anti-aging treatment, but it sits in the place of a toner for a regime. And then your serum actually is your eye cream, your neck cream, your moisturiser. So literally 2 pumps twice a day. Slap it all over your face, eyes and neck area.
I love that.
And that's the quickest, most effective thing that you can do if you want to have anti-aging on your skin.
It's an all-in-one. It is one product and it can be used everywhere and it can be used every single day. 2 pumps a day, twice a day is all you need. But we're going to throw to some vision of someone's story before we come back and have a little look at mine. But we'll look at, before and afters, and then, I will give you my story because, you'll see a photo of me from only a couple of months ago when I did something to my skin that we'll discuss. But let's talk about Kim before we talk about me. We'll be back in a moment. Oh, no, we're going to ask you to tell us about Kim. I don't know about Kim's story.
Yes, yeah. So it was interesting. Kim Jackson, who's an Australian actress, she saw one of my presentations last year sometime and actually contacted me out of the blue because I didn't know her either. And she said, Rachael, it makes absolute sense to me now, learning what I've just learnt watching one of your presentations, why my skin is doing what it's doing. So she was just early 40s and she had thin, crepey skin. It was starting to sag and she had done, Gabby, over 30 laser treatments.
Oh.
So she said, I was doing what I was told to do. I was spending thousands of dollars. Thought I was doing everything right, over and beyond. And now I look really, really aged. Now, we did talk before about how cell division equals aging. So if you are causing your skin to need to repair itself, that comes through cell division. That's how we repair ourselves. So you cause damage and the cells start proliferating like really quickly. So it's cell division all over the place, which means that you are getting telomere shortening, telomere shortening, telomere shortening. So you're actually accidentally aging yourself faster. And that's what poor Kim had been doing.
Wow. Well, I can relate to that get to my story in a moment, but I want to take a look at Kim's skin. Have we got any vision or any images? So let's take a look at Kim. So here's Kim here who's had, did you say?
No, that's actually Felicity. So that's a lovely mature before and after that we've got coming up. So I think because Kim is a celeb that she's probably in the celeb folder.
Yeah, right. Her skin looks beautiful the after.
Doesn't it? And actually that one is only a month.
1 month.
Yeah.
That is an incredible improvement.
So
incredible.
Felicity gave me these photos herself because she was obviously so excited at the turnaround that had happened with her skin after only a month.
She looks refreshed. She looks vibrant. Her skin looks, she certainly looks like she's had some erasing of the years. Just the redness around her eyes and the skin looks plumper and fuller. Let's take a look at this next image and check out some more of these before and afters. What are we seeing here?
So this is Annette. She's another one of our beautiful mature ladies who used One Truth 818. So this was for 2 months, but you can see the difference in the crow's feet around there, the lifting, the diminishing of really deep lines around the mouth area. And it's almost like gravity has gone in reverse. You know, it started pulling the face back.
Yeah.
And it does, because we actually had One Truth 818 tested, and the amount of elastin produced was over 20%.
Wow.
So your cells will actually start producing more elastin again, which is your pickup and is your lift up.
Absolutely.
And that's what it looks like after just 2 months.
Around the eyes I think that is an incredible improvement. And look, the thing is, can be used for the ladies. It can be used for the fellas.
Absolutely. Look, if you're made of cells, we all age in the same way.
Okay.
So we all anti-age in the same way.
Hands up. And look, I've got to say, you know, this is the thing. The product can be used, can be purchased and can be kept on the vanity, can be used by everybody. That's a great improvement. That customer of yours looks refreshed, does look like they've had a little bit of work done, I've got to say.
It does, because you can actually see like the crepey skin has been picked up under the eye. You know, there's no big hollow underneath it anymore. So, you know, that's 2 months, which I call a 1 bottle trial.
Right.
Because 1 bottle lasts 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay.
So anytime you see saying results after 2 months, just think that's what 1 bottle has done for that person.
Wow. And so you are going to continue getting even more improvement. Check out the neck, because the neck is a hard one. That's where I'm really seeing aging, rapid aging in my skin, is on the neck. And I do use all the creams and all the lotions and all the potions, but I'm obviously not using the right ones.
Well, yeah, obviously not, Gabby. That makes sense. No, you can see here with Trudy, the whole quality of the skin has changed. So it has lifted up. There's no shadow underneath there anymore. And I feel like possibly the women of Trudy's generation used to ignore their necks. Whereas we've sort of had it hammered into us now, don't forget your neck, don't forget your neck. So, you know, you've got to really kind of reverse the damage and the ignoring that you did. But yeah, the neck is difficult because there's sort of less little muscles in there, and so you've got to keep the quality of the skin looking really, really good.
Okay, so what is your daily routine? Because your skin is incredible. You certainly do not look your age. I've definitely got age envy. You look fantastic. What's your routine?
Do you know what? I'm really, really simple when it comes to my skincare routine. I've got 2 kids. I run a business, obviously. And I think like most women my age, you want to look good, but where's the time? You know what I mean? I think that's possibly why this is the perfect brand for me to have created. So I literally use the cleanser in the shower. Now, if we use it, now I like a good little foam, but some people don't.
Right.
So should we show them how you can use it in 2 different ways?
Let's do that.
So, Gabby, you just put a little bit on your hand.
Okay.
And just rub it as if it's an oil cleanser.
All right.
Brand new bottle, so you need a couple of pumps.
There we go.
So it's really oil rich. It's got coconut oil, it's got aloe vera in it, it's got a blend of essential oils, such a cocktail. But I'm going to do this. That's probably plenty. So Gabby's rubbing it on like it's an oil cleanser. I'm going to get a little bit of water here and show you.
Beautiful, very, very, very mild, natural fragrance.
Yeah, it is. It's just organic citrus oils, actually.
It's beautiful.
So I've got a really light foam going on here, okay?
Yeah.
It's not one of those frothy, cheap cleansers, but you do get a little bit of a foam on, which I love the feeling of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I would just rinse this off in water, okay? And that is completely gone. So that's me in the shower. But Gabby, you are going to need to just get a damp face cloth.
Lovely.
To wipe yours off. So
Okay.
if you like an oil cleanser, you'll do it like Gabby.
Okay, thank you.
Which is like a damp face
Beautiful.
cloth. And if you are a quick girl who likes a little bit of a foam, you'll just do it in the shower with me. Now, I go off book, I've got to say, there's 15% vitamin C in this cleanser.
Ooh.
Which is a super, super high content of vitamin C. So if you get it in your eye, it's not fun. But just keep...
Like most products.
You know what I mean? Like you want the vitamin C in there, but you obviously don't want vitamin C in your eye. Okay. So just be careful with it. But so it says avoid eye area. I go off book, I use it over my eyes because it's amazing for removing eye makeup.
Okay. Yeah. So this is an overall facial cleanser. What if I've got sort of dark stained lipstick on? Can I use it on my lips?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful.
Because of the really high oil content, it'll help to dissolve those off.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great.
So I use it in the morning and I use it again at night. Now, when I jump out the shower, I grab my atomizer.
Okay.
And I'm going to spritz it on like this.
Okay.
Now, Gabby and I are obviously wearing makeup, and it goes over makeup beautifully. It almost refreshes it, to be honest, because this is completely oil-free. It's got the same amount of TAM 818 in it as the serum does, and we're going to circle back around and explain to you what TAM 818 is, because we've jumped straight into the products, because I know you love to hear about the products first, and then we'll go back and tell you what's so special about that. But you're going to spray this on. It's got the same amount of TAM 818 as the serum does, but it is completely oil-free. It's also got, beautiful, hey?
So hydrating.
Yeah, it's got niacinamide, it's got hyaluronic acid. So if you're buying a hyaluronic acid serum, you don't have to spend money on that anymore. It's all in here.
How long have you been using this product?
Well, let me think. I guess when I was in my mid-30s, I started using TAM 818 in a bottle of water and just spraying that on my face, because that was kind of at the point that we were deciding, are we turning this into a business or not? And I'd seen everything, you know. I owned my own skincare clinic for over 10 years.
There you go.
So I had reps trying to sell me stuff all the time.
Absolutely.
And I thought, you know what? The world needs another skincare product like it needs a hole in its head. And then, but the science really got me. The science just made sense. But I thought it's got to work because you can't sell science. So we started trying this, and literally myself and my husband and my mum, we put it into a bottle of water and we were just spraying TAM 818 on ourselves. And my mum's hands transformed. She had it on her hands. And I saw fine lines lifting towards the surface of the skin again, which was really unheard of. You know, like if you've got a wrinkle, the only way to get rid of it was to take the skin away to make it look less, or to plump the skin up and make it juicy so the wrinkle was less. But I literally saw the valleys of my wrinkles coming towards the surface of the skin. So that was really interesting.
Turning back time. It's the secret ingredient that every other skincare brand in the world must be very, very envious of, because this is really turning back time. We are going to take a little listen to Dr. Bill, who discovered the telomeres. Now, if you've just tuned in, take a look at this and we will be back to show you more.
We started off with discovering that, as I mentioned, every time our cells divide, our telomeres get shorter, but that's not true in our reproductive cells. Our reproductive cells, the cell divides, the telomeres don't get shorter. And we discovered this enzyme called telomerase. Telomerase is produced in our reproductive cells, and what happens every time the cell divides, telomeres do get a little bit shorter, but then telomerase re-lengthens it back to the original length. Long story short, we have found that if we overproduce telomerase in cells, we find that the telomeres actually start getting longer, which was the first hint that we actually had discovered a way to possibly reverse human aging and declining health. So we took this enzyme and we put it into normal skin cells. Remember, it's only produced in reproductive cells, but when we put it in normal skin cells, we found that these cells stopped aging and actually became younger by every method of measurement you can imagine.
Now, Rachael, I'm going to ask you the difference between telomeres and telomerase, what they are, how they work, how does it fit into your product? It repairs our skin in some way, I believe.
Yep, absolutely. And they kind of sound the same, but they're quite different. So telomeres, as you've now learned, are the long tails on the end of our DNA that shorten every time a cell divides. So when they get down to 5,000 base pieces, kind of small, the cell can't divide anymore, the cell dies. So what is telomerase? So Dr. Bill Andrews is world famous because he discovered telomerase. I literally get to work with a guy who discovered a gene.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he discovered a gene called telomerase, which is inside every single one of our cells. And if it is switched on, it expresses an enzyme called telomerase, which will run down to the end of that telomere and re-lengthen it again.
Wow.
So this is aging, and this is biological age reversal.
Oh my gosh.
At cellular level.
Incredible.
So the only way to have younger skin or younger cell is to switch on the telomerase gene and express telomerase and make telomeres longer. Now, Dr. Bill Andrews discovered telomerase.
Wow. And was that the Nobel Prize winning technology?
No, but it's a little bit, you know, and this there's so many nuances to this. So actually it was led by an Australian group that discovered telomeres.
Right.
But then they couldn't discover what was making this pond scum live forever. They discovered telomeres in pond scum. Very glamorous, I know. Like I said, it wasn't originally for the skincare industry. So they discovered it there. But then Dr. Bill Andrews came along and discovered telomerase. But they didn't win the Nobel Prize until Bill discovered telomerase. Because when he discovered telomerase and literally the way to undo biological aging, then they went, oh, so telomeres are actually quite important. And it was over a decade later, I believe, that the Nobel Prize, so he triggered the Nobel Prize, which is really fascinating that that's how it works.
Absolutely incredible. And to think that that smart, intelligent science, discovery has been made into a product that we can now put onto our skin.
Well, this is the thing.
All yours.
What do you do when you discover the way to reverse biological aging? You then go about everything in your life's path to work out how to switch that gene on.
Absolutely.
And so that's what Bill did. And he tested over 350,000 molecules.
Wow.
Looking for something that could switch it on. So it turns out there's actually a block on the gene.
Right.
It's called a repressor. So like a door is shut. In our reproductive cells, there is no door. Because I want you to keep, this is your new mantra.
Okay, right, I'm listening.
And after you hear Gabby's story, you'll know why I'm being so strict with her on this. This is your new mantra, is that cell division equals aging. Right. So if you think about how to make a baby, you put two cells together and they become 3 trillion.
Yes.
Now, if you were aging, we would be giving birth to things older than ourselves. So that human race wouldn't be here. So in your reproductive cells, that gene is switched on. So the cells divide, telomerase runs down to the end of the telomere and re-lengthens it again. So he knew that this process could occur, but the discovery for him was that that was what was happening, but also that telomerase is present in every single cell in our body. There's just this darned door on it.
Wow.
So he worked out that TAM818, the active ingredient in our product, is the world's strongest telomerase activating molecule. So it opens that door and activates that enzyme.
I love that.
To undo the biological aging process.
I love that. The strongest product in the world to unlock that door and reverse the aging process. We're going to hear from Dr. Bill right now, about exactly what that means for you.
So, as I said, when you're first conceived, your telomere is about 15,000 bases. But there's so much cell division that's needed to make a newborn baby that after all these cell divisions, your telomeres have shortened down to 10,000 bases. That's okay. I mean, the telomeres are still long enough to protect your chromosomes. But the problem doesn't end there. As you start to grow up, you have more and more cell division. Your telomeres continue to get shorter and shorter and shorter. And when they get down to about 5,000 bases, then all kinds of havoc is wreaked. Because your chromosomes start falling apart, they start having mutations, and these short telomeres cause your cells to senesce, and that's typically when you die of old age, when your telomeres get down to 5,000 bases. We know from scientific literature on human cells in petri dishes, we know from taking tissue samples from people at different ages, that when telomeres get down to 5,000 bases, the cells lose the ability to function and they die, and you die of old age. So that's what we have to do. We have to find a way to keep them from shortening and actually re-lengthen them.
How do you get your hands on this product? Well, the deal is here today with UTV. It is an incredible birthday deal for Rachael's 49th birthday, and it is the triple, it's the trio, and it is the complete set of all the products that you are going to need. You are getting the cleanser, you are getting the full serum, and of course you are getting the atomizer, where it all began, where Rachael started testing this product, where it's got that TAM818 product in it. We're going to get to exactly what that means, but for you the deal is $349, down from $475. You've got a saving of $126. Now, if it is your first purchase, use the 15% off, and of course you will be getting free delivery around the nation. It is the limited birthday offer. It is an incredible deal. If you use the 15% off, you'll be getting this for just under $299. It really is incredible value. You've got just a little over 2 months, depending on, how, if you are using it every single day and twice a day, just over 2 months, we'll say 8 to 10 weeks on average. For the price of that, I'm eliminating expensive serums, expensive eye creams, expensive cleansers, toners. What other products am I eliminating?
So you don't need a different night cream or a different day, the only thing I will say you need is an SPF, of course, during the day, but you don't have to have a separate cream for day and night.
Wonderful.
You don't need a neck cream.
Yes.
You don't need pigmentation treatments, because we're going to talk about how this actually, how and why it corrects pigmentation.
Yes,
so
which
it
is a big
really is it's your lifting, it's your firming, it's your hydrating, it's everything. It's all I use. You're looking at my skincare routine right here.
Brilliant. It's easy. You can travel with it. It's safe. What is TAM 818 and how come it's only exclusive to you, to One Truth?
So when Bill and I were introduced, it was over this molecule TAM 818. And like I said, the science just made sense. And I didn't like the way that the industry was going. It was a very destructive way that they were dealing with people's skins.
Right.
Just kind of, essentially it was, if I destroy your face, you'll build a new one and the new face will look better, right? I mean, that's what the skincare industry was doing. And that kind of horrified me. So when I learnt the science of cell division is causing aging, I thought, wow, my gut was right.
Yeah, right.
Who knew damaging yourself was bad for yourself? I mean, it's logical, right?
It is.
And so when I started speaking to Bill, and he sort of said, well, do you want to do something with it? I mean, there was a little bit of luck involved, because Bill is not in the skincare industry. And I said, I do want to, because I feel like we need a revolution in the skincare industry that is teaching people not only what is aging them, but then that there is a solution to be able to anti-age them as well. And so it's called TAM 818. It's telomerase activating molecule. That's really important, because there's lots of products on the market now, and I take it as a compliment because we've been out for about 12 years, coming out saying that they're repairing telomeres and all sorts of nonsense.
Right.
Whereas what they are is they're high in antioxidants, which can slow down the shortening.
Right.
But it is not lengthening them. So they're not activating that gene, telomerase, which is an epigenetic function. We're working on DNA and switching a gene on. Nobody else can do that. It is exclusive to One Truth 818. Wow. So whereas they might slow down the aging process, we are reversing the aging process.
Wow.
And the 818 is a little nod to Bill, because it was the 314,818th molecule that he tested. So, tenacious. Yes, I mean, he really was looking for the best of the best.
Wow, I mean, tenacious is a word that comes to mind. But also, he was a runner-up for Inventor of the Year in the biology world. This guy really is recognised amongst his peers, amongst, other experts in the industry for this very creation. We're going to take a listen to what Dr. Bill has to say about that TAM 818. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, we've been working now since 1999, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for chemicals and natural products and practically anything that will get inside of human cells in a petri dish and turn on the gene for telomerase. We have tested, we first developed a very high throughput screening assay that we could test cells with, so we can test like 4,000 different chemicals a day, looking for something that would, when added to human cells in a petri dish, and then let the cells incubate for 24 hours, then the next day break open the cells and ask, did those cells produce telomerase? We have an assay that allows us to do this 4,000 times a day, all robotic and stuff. And so we started testing all kinds of chemicals at random. We tested over 300,000 different chemicals, actually found 900 of them would actually induce the production of telomerase at low levels. And we were able to then look at the structures of all these chemicals, or at least our medicinal chemists looked at the structures of all these chemicals. In a very short period of time, we ended up finding stuff that, at least one chemical that was 16%. We found a lot that were like 10%, 12%, but one was 16% of what we need, and we called that TAM 818. Telomerase activating molecule 818. And that's our strongest, in fact, it's the strongest chemical on the planet right now for inducing telomerase.
What an incredible discovery. But how about this stat? TAM818 for a kilo of that ingredient is $3 million. How about that, right? We're talking about a very rare, a very unique and a very expensive ingredient that's in all of this skincare here. So Rachael, you've had some testing done in Italy, I believe. Now, Italians are certainly known for wanting to do things properly and then telling the world about that, which they love and we love. How did the testing go?
Yeah, so we got to a point, where I was saying we had it in bottles of water. We were seeing, did it make a difference? We had all of Bill's testing. But I mean, at the time I owned my own skincare clinic, right? I'm working with people. I needed to know, what does that look? What does that mean to them in their life?
Yes.
So we took 100 volunteers.
Okay.
And they thought it was a language barrier at first, that they were misunderstanding me, because you don't need 100 volunteers. And we went for 30 days. You also don't need to go for 30 days. You can do a clinical trial on like 14 people for 14 days.
Right.
And I said, no, I'm fully aware of what I'm doing here. And I'm turning the skincare industry on its head. We need irrefutable evidence that what I'm saying works.
Love that.
And so that's what we did. And we
love
used women, not girls, and they were aged 39 to 65.
Yep.
And they used, it was just the serum at that time.
Really?
The OG, this was all we had.
Wow.
So they just used the serum for 30 days.
Wow.
And the results were staggering.
Incredible. Incredible. And look, as we age, our skin does change. Now, my skin personally, I've got a lot of age spots. They're called liver spots, or they're called age spots, or what have you. Now, I do use a little bit of fake tan, and because those age spots have got a different texture on them, it does tend to grab, and so it looks a lot darker. They're getting darker and darker. Now, my dermatologist, he's a specialist. I go there for my mole and skin check every year. He's been at me for about the last 3 years saying, let me do your face, let me do your face. And I said, okay, in the finish, about 8 weeks ago, I allowed him to do laser treatment on my face, which was supposed to increase the collagen, minimise redness and fine lines, and take away the pigmentation. He said by at least 50%. Now, what happened is quite, I'll show you a photo in a moment, quite alarming. Firstly, I think all my pigmentation has doubled. I've got pigmentation in spots I never ever had it before. The roughening of skin has come up in all sorts of other places. I was quite upset about the fact that my face just about exploded and swelled up, and I'm going to show you a photo. And lastly, $1,600 later, thank you very much.
that's a lot.
Now, this was a minimal invasive. It wasn't one of those lasers where all your skin falls off.
Yeah.
It was the laser light that you're supposed to just get a little pink on the skin,
Yeah.
stay out of the sun for a couple of days, and your skin's rejuvenated and refreshed. Have a look at what happened to my skin 8 weeks ago. My face just swelled up like a pumpkin. My jowls were so full, can you see that there? So full down the bottom that they were throbbing full of liquid. My eyes were swelling up. I had ice packs on me, and that was absolutely the biggest disappointment. That's what happened to me personally. Now, as I said to you, I've got all these other little pigments around my forehead, on the side of my head that have popped up. I can't understand it. You explained it to me perfectly.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Gabby, because you're not alone, and all I can put it down to is it's old school mechanisms of working. That whole, I'm going to destroy your face, you'll build a new one, don't worry about it, it'll be better. So what is happening is when you are damaging your face, it has to repair itself, and it does that through cell division. So it is accelerating the aging process.
Wow.
So you're wanting to get rid of age spots,
Yes.
and you're wanting more collagen and
Yes.
more lift and more elastin. Now, I've got to tell you, between like long telomeres, which is a young cell, and dead telomeres, which is, those critically short and it's died, it can't go any longer, there's old age, right? And so if you are increasing cell division and your telomeres are going boom, 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 faster than they want to, they're hitting old age and they're hitting critically short. They cannot produce collagen. They cannot produce elastin.
Right.
And the pigmentation goes haywire. So it starts vomiting colour to the surface of the skin.
Which is what happened to me.
Yep, and you've got more now, right?
I've got way more. I feel like my skin has aged 10 years.
Yeah.
In
It might have.
the little liver spots and in the raised little bits of different texture on the skin.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to exfoliate it every single day to try and get rid of all of these little bits and
but
pieces.
you don't want to do that,
No.
because then that's going to increase cell division. And I've got to tell you, it's the same thing as Kim's story, but she started the laser younger, so she didn't notice for a little while, because yes, she was aging her cells faster, but she had youth on her side. Now, you and I were pretty much the same age. if you start doing laser now, we're almost at that middle age when it comes to telomere shortening.
Right.
So if you speed that up, you're going into critically short telomere zone.
Okay.
So I'm talking no collagen, no elastin, pigmentation going haywire. So it really does irk me because you paid $1,600.
Saw a specialist.
The things that you want to get rid of are now going to be, you're just going to say it straight, they're going to be more prolific.
They are.
Because your telomeres are shorter, your cells are older. Now, you can reverse that.
Yes.
You can reverse the damage. The only way to do it is by expressing telomerase and re-lengthening those telomeres. And you
Okay.
can do that
All right.
with TAM 818. That's scientifically proven. It's
Cannot
biologically
wait.
proven.
Cannot wait to start my journey.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be your, cell division equals aging. So let Gabby have learnt the lesson for you.
I have learnt the lesson. I thought, well, this guy's an expert. I thought, that they know what they're doing. But let's take a little look at Kim and hear her journey and her story with your product and how it's helped her skin.
One Truth 818 is revolutionizing the world of skincare. It contains TAM 818, the most expensive active ingredient in the world that is patented and exclusive to One Truth 818. Independent clinical trials in Italy showed reversals of the major signs of aging on 100 volunteers in as little as 2 weeks. 11 years of research and $33 million invested by award-winning microbiologist Dr. Bill Andrews, PhD, and his team at Sierra Sciences led to the discovery of the TAM 818 molecule. This active ingredient is the strongest of over 350,000 other compounds tested. It's so powerful that it's scientifically proven in vitro to slow down the aging process. The discovery of telomeres, the protective caps of our chromosomes that shorten as we age, redefined the aging process and was awarded a Nobel Prize in Physiology. Dr. Bill Andrews then went on to discover human telomerase, the enzyme that re-lengthens telomeres and reverses and stops the aging process. One Truth 818 is the only skincare system in the world using TAM 818 and endorsed by Dr. Andrews. It was created by Rachael, a skin expert who many are calling the pioneer of epigenetic skincare. She is credited for her work in conducting the largest ever topical telomerase activation studies. You only need to use the smallest amount. It is extremely potent, and One Truth 818 will last around 10 weeks. It can replace several products, including neck creams, eye creams, lip creams, moisturizers, and pigmentation treatments, which saves you time and makes this serum even more affordable. It's time to discover One Truth 818, stemming from Nobel Prize-winning science, and treat your skin like never before. Reverse, correct, and prevent with One Truth 818, the world's biggest scientific skincare breakthrough. Stop the appearance of aging in its tracks with One Truth 818.
Incredible results, done easily at home with no damage like you saw that I did to my skin. And we're talking about volunteers, 100 of them. Now, 30 days of use of this. We've got some before and after shots that are incredible. We'll get into those. But the deal, so you can get your hands on this birthday deal, it's the triple deal. It is a complete range that you're going to need with your cleanser, with the serum and with the atomizer that all holds that TAM 818 ingredient that is over $3 million a kilo. I was going to say $3,000 per ounce. Absolutely incredible, this discovery. $349 should be $475. Now you're saving $126, but if you're a first-time user, make sure you use that extra 15% off, and it'll bring the deal down to just under $299 of value, of results, of ease of use, of beautiful feeling skin. The way that it soaks into your skin and leaves your skin feeling and looking so super hydrated, but without feeling greasy, without feeling sticky, without any heavy perfumed in the products. It's a really beautiful product to use for the ladies, for the fellas, any age. It's never too late to start because it's all about results. Now, One Truth sent this product off to Italy. Now, there were 100 volunteers who used the product for 30 days only. Let's take a look at some of the results of 30 days of use. Now, Rachael, what are we seeing with the before and afters here? We're going to pop some up on the screen and explain what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so you can see a reduction in the crow's feet. You can see the texture of the pores has changed. You know, the skin doesn't look as scaly. You know, a couple of those lines were quite deep and they've gone completely. And what was exciting about this is it was only 30 days. It was completely independent, measured by doctors. You know, so the statistics are quite staggering. You know, it's over 14% reduction in crow's feet over 30 days.
That's huge.
You know, over 12% in the forehead. And expression continued, which is what's really amazing with these.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
And the photos even blew away Dr. Bill Andrews and his team, you know, when we were finally presented with them from Italy. And so I guess you could call that a half a bottle kind of result.
Wow,
Yeah.
half
Now-
a bottle, 30 days. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That is a huge improvement.
Yeah, so this is Lou, so she used one bottle, but you can see even the dark colour under her eyes has started to disappear.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the lifting on the nasolabial fold, the bag under the eyes, the lines, the hooded. Look at her eyelid.
Wow.
You know, even the eyelid has lifted. And like I said, like in Abbott, they measured that over 30 days, the elastin production increased by over 20%. Just applying something topically.
Wow.
It's really unheard of. I've never seen any results like that in my over 25-year skincare industry experience.
And I can understand why you were so thorough with wanting to know before you started popping it on your patients in your clinics, because, you know, they're your clients and that you are responsible for their skin. And as you said, there's so many things in the industry that just didn't sit well with you. You needed to make sure that this was a standalone product, something that is quickly becoming a really cult product, and we can see why. We can see the before and afters why. We can see how in 30 days to 60 days, and for the price point of these three products, I mean, there are brands that you can get over the counter in some of the department stores that you'd be getting one teeny tiny little, where you're scared to put too much on around your eyes only, for over $300. This is value. It's incredible value. And of course, you yourself have been using it for around how many years now?
Gosh, it would be about 12 years now.
Your skin looks incredible.
Yeah.
Really,
Thank
really
you.
incredible.
Thank you.
Do not look your age at all.
It's funny, everyone always asks my age. So I'm like, you know, I love celebrating birthdays. So I thought 49. And just because I have the same struggles as any 49-year-old woman. You know, the hormones are all over the board.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do get the hormonal breakouts. But I find that particularly the serum, it stops them from scarring and leaving pigmentation.
Wow,
You know,
okay.
so that's really helpful for me.
Well, it would be. Now, my skin is becoming incredibly dry in the big M, you know, the time of my life that I'm in at the moment, where my skin's never been drier and itchy. My skin's a bit itchy. Even though I don't have any allergies, it just feels itchy because it's so dry. Can't wait to get into this. Let's take a look at some more before and afters, because the results are there. They really are there. They are 2 months of use. She looks like she's gone and had a zhuzh up and had something done at the surgeon. I've got to say, she does look like
And
she's had a
somebody asked
refresher
her,
at the
have you
surgeon.
had some work done?
Yeah, yeah.
And so she was thrilled, you know, that after using just one bottle of One Truth 818, this is the difference that it made for Leanne.
It definitely did. People would be saying, what have you done? You look so well. Have you had a holiday? But really they're thinking, have you had some work done? Now here's Donna. Have a look at 2 months. We're talking 8 weeks. So look, depending if you are using it every single day, roughly you've got 8 to 10 weeks worth in this trio pack for under $2.99 if you're using that 15% off. Free delivery Australia-wide. 8 weeks later, you may be getting these results. I mean, take a before shot. Take a before shot, because it's going to happen so fast. You know, you want to be able to see. Let's take a look at Michelle. Michelle has been using it for how long now?
So Michelle, again, is just the one bottle.
Wow.
So, I mean, the hood on that eyelid, how it's picked up.
Crazy.
But you can see the sun damage and the pigmentation, the age spots there, how they've really diminished.
Oh, I'm impressed with that.
Not even just fine lines, but really deep lines have disappeared here. Now, all of our models and volunteers use the serum 2 pumps twice a day.
Easy.
So you've got to use it twice a day if you want to get your results.
Yep.
Because it's about the frequency. Please don't buy a bottle and try to make it last a year.
Okay.
Because you won't get the results that our models are getting.
Right. Okay. And take a look at 1 month. Wow. that lady, I'm telling you, she definitely, I would have said, if she was my girlfriend, we went for coffee, I would have said to the other girls, no, she's had some work done.
She was thinking of getting work done.
She's had some work done,
She was thinking of getting work done and said, you know what, I'm going to try One Truth 818 first. And that's why this is only a 1 month, because she sent me the before and afters herself.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Now that is just from using the serum alone. That is just from using this one product. The deal that you're getting here today is, of course, the cleanser. You can use it as a foamer. You can use it as the oil-based if that's how you prefer. You've got the serum, 2 pumps twice a day. You've got the atomizer, which can be used on top of makeup. It can be used like a toner. It can be used day and night with the 2 pumps twice a day. Could not be easier. Grab yours. Give it a try. Take a before photo because you won't believe the results. This is science. Science-backed skincare. And this is a brand that you are going to know and you are going to trust, just like all of the others have. Get on the phones, get onetruth.com.au, 1-800-000-818 or onetruth.com.au. Rachael, thank you and happy birthday.
My pleasure. Thank you, Gabby.
And if you had one quick thing to say, what would you grab it? Grab it.
Oh, if you are interested in anti-aging, this is the only way to get younger skin. Go for it.
Get yours now.